Hello, today I'm working on an Acer Aspire C24 all-in-one computer. The RMN number is D17W3. In this case, the computer runs fairly slowly, so I'm going to replace the hard disk with this 500 gigabyte Crucial MX500 SSD. So I have to start by removing this stand, which starts by removing these little rubber blockers here, plugs. Yeah, they're not glued in or anything, they're just stuck in. I'm going to try to do this without any damage. Get underneath, there we go. So that's just a rubber plug that matches the holes, basically. There are 4 screws in here holding the stand onto the computer. I imagine they'll be fairly tight. Actually, I probably need a bigger bit for this one. Now there is one more screw right in the middle here that's holding this cage on. I'm going to take this USB keyboard and mouse controller that the customer needs, set that aside. Now the rest of this is held in with clips. You can actually see 2 of the clips here. Maybe if I pull this down. So right in here, and here, if I push on this, you can see how that pops out. We need to try to coax the rest of the case to pop out that same way without causing any damage. And as soon as they pop out, they pop right back in again. Okay. Okay, so it was the same clips all around. I thought maybe the ones on the bottom were longer and holding it in so that it had to be hinged out from the top, but that's not the case. It's pretty clean inside here. The hard disk is over here, covered up. It's got a little metal heat shield. Standard SATA connector underneath this middle plate. I'm going to put a bigger bit. Quite chunky screws holding the hard drive in. That's a 1 terabyte Western Digital. That I will now clone. Looks like the hot pluggable feature actually worked this time, so I can see it's this one. There's the Acer partition. Let's just have a nosy. Oh. Okay, there's the Acer partition. Just double check that it's, yeah, that's the customer's disk. Disk 4 is the customer's disk. Disk 7 is my empty Crucial MX500. So copy disk 4 to disk 7. Disk 4 currently has 4 partitions, including a 1 gigabyte recovery partition. And it looks like the auto resize feature has not successfully copied over the recovery partition, so I'm just going to make a little room for that. Change this to megabytes. Now I'm going to manually copy that partition over, copy onto disk 7 into that unallocated space, and we'll just make it use all of that space. So now the finished article will look like this. Disk 7 will have ESP partition, other partition, the Acer partition, and the recovery partition. I'm happy with that. Disk 4 to disk 7. Yep. Just discovered that 2 of these are longer than the others. All 4 screw holes appear to be identical. Yep, they're the same depth. So I'm just going to put the longer ones in the top. Oh, I see. This bracket, in this bracket, the holes for the bottom 2 screws are threaded, but for the top they're not. And with these screws, the 2 longer screws aren't threaded all the way up. So I'm going to put those into these holes, obviously the other way around, and the shorter ones into the ones that are threaded all the way. Doing this first screw with just one hand is a little bit tricky. Need a little height here. I like the way these fit in there, just with the silicone rubber holding it in place. There's no adhesive or anything, so it's nice and clean. Just these little dust covers. That's an SD card reader slot. And then USB, 2 USB slots as well. And USB ports. Okay. I'm going to clean this because the screen is quite dirty. It's just easier for me to work with when it's at this angle. It's looking good from this angle. I'm going to tip it up so I can see it better here. Oh yeah, looks a lot better. Still a couple of little fingerprints in the middle that just wouldn't come out. Give those a little scrub and see if I can get them to release. No. The stickers are crooked on this. I don't understand how the factory would put stickers on crooked, but they are. So now I'm just going to turn it on and make sure that everything works properly. Before making this change, the hard disk was 100% in use for the first 20 minutes that you started this, after starting this computer. And now it's down to 0%. So it's completely caught up with all of the loading all the modules and services and so on that Windows does when you turn it on. It's achieved all that, and now it's ready to go. So if we pop into Google Chrome, it loads pretty quickly. So I'm very happy with that. So now I'm just going to install all of the Windows updates on my fast internet connection here, and then I'll phone the customer and let them know that it's ready to go. Thank you for watching.